So first I import all of my packages that I needed, and then the next section that's commented out is the recording of my video that I used. The frame I just commented it out so it would be easier for processing. It wouldn't take as long, but basically I define the video writer and the output, and then I have the 4cc output, and then I print recording the video, and then for A in range of 0 to 101, so it does 100 frames, I grab the frame, I read it, and then I write it to the frame. Next, I define my width and height for the normal video, and then I define my blink width and blink height. That's just larger than the size of my initial one, and then I define the video capture, and so that's quad.mp4, that's what I recorded before, and then I define the output parameters with the 4cc and the output, and then I set my frame counter to 0. The next step is when I load my model from the disk, and so I print loading model, and then I use the renet from Cafe to deploy the proxy, and then I have, while my video frame is less than 200, this is just repeating it twice, I read in the frame, I create my blink background, which is using np.zeros with the blink height and blink width, and then I just set the halfway midpoint between the height and the width. So then I increment my frames, print which frame we're in, and then I construct the blob, which helps with facial detection the same way I did for the last video with cv2.dnn blob from image, and then I resize the image to help make it better, and then I have set what my detections are, and then I move into my for loop. So for I in range, I'm using this to set a confidence level, and then if the confidence is greater than 0.5, meaning that it's fairly certain there's a face detected, I start by defining my B box with the start X, start Y, and X, X, Y, and so that's just giving me my defining features of the size of the face, and then I create my center X and center Y values by adding up the start and end and then dividing it by 2. Lastly, here comes the fun part. So this is determining the probability and plotting the midpoints. And so the first section is when I'm plotting it on the initial video. So that's just getting it to follow the face with the lines. And so I have my mask to track the rectangular box around, the black box. And then I use cv2.line to create the x and y values using end x minus start x divided by 2 plus start x, and then start y, and then end x minus start x divided by 2 plus start xy. And I use the double division sign for floor division to make sure that it's an even number. And then I just plot those in 2 different colors, and then I add the text with the confidence level of how certain it is that it's a person, and I put that on the image. So then the second section, plotting the bounding box in the video frame the second time, so this is where I do it on the new one on top of the blank. So I use the same code for the rectangle, and then I start figuring out how I'm going to plot the lines and making sure they're in the right place. So I use the halfway point minus the center Y that I calculated above, and I do that plus the height plus the W, and then I plot those onto the blanks and make that what the new image is, and then I add the line values to the correct places on the line so it stays centered to the video, and then I show the original image, and then I also show the blank image, and then I add the wait key to show it in real time, and then I output the blank, and then I release all of my videos. Thank you. Now I'm just going to show you me running my algorithm, and so first I go into terminal and turn it on, and so I have 2 different displays. The one on the right side is my initial frame, and so that has the lines tracking my face within the beatbox, and so that doesn't keep it centered. That's just the initial values I calculated, which I realized I needed to do some other figurations. And then the other output that you see, which is on the left, that's the one on top of my blank. So that's the one that's keeping my face centered in the video, and so regardless of where I move to, my face stays centered in the video. So this is the video of my initial recording, and so this video I moved through all 4 of the quadrants, and so I decided to keep it for the whole video to make it process faster. And then lastly, this is my final project of me keeping my face, and this is what was saved onto my laptop. And ultimately, to make this code better, I would enjoy not having the black space in the background, but this is very sufficient for the project. Thank you for a great semester.